Alright guys, I'm going to attempt to do another video on decals here. So what we're going to do is, someone's asking about doing decals on windows. Tricky thing, as he probably figured out, was Niels, I think was his name, is when you get to inside of this vehicle, you're not going to see that decal because you have to have that other face. So we're basically going to show how you want to utilize this specific tractor. Is actually got an outside back window and an inside back window, and once again, as you can see, so if you come over here and you get rid of that inside back, you can't see the dirt. That's because, once again, you come over here. Now if you delete it from there, it doesn't make any difference because it's actually not doing anything. You're only seeing the front side of that window, or I should say the face that you can only see one face. And Blender's a little different because it's showing both sides of the face, but in Giants Editor, in the game itself, you can only see one side of that face. You have to add a second face. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to grab window outside back, hit Control C, Control V. We're going to go window inside back, Control C, Control V. I'm going to pull these into Blender and we're going to rip some faces off there so that we can put a decal over the top of this. Go ahead and go to this guy, like so, and then we're going to export. So File, Export Selection, and I actually need to delete the old files. I was already messing with this a little bit, of course, had some problems. File, Export Selection, and I always do this as well. Control C. Now File, Export Selection, and just copy the name in. It's going to be a wavefront. Save. Grab him. Double click. Control C. File, Export Selection. Control V. Save like so. And we're going to bring up Blender. So what we do is File, Import, Wavefront. We want the tractor I'm messing with. There's an inside back. File, Import, Wavefront, outside back. What we're going to do as well, we're going to hit G, Y, actually G, X, move him to the side so we can see these guys back together. G, X, out again. And we're going to want to edit them together. So I'm going to click on him, I'm going to shift, click on the second object, I'm going to hit Tab. So what this lets us do is it lets us edit these guys together. So we know we're getting the same faces. I can look at them and make sure I'm selecting the same area. So I'm going to hit A twice to deselect everything. I'm going to hit Control 1 to get the back view, because that's where we're looking at it from the actual Giants Editor. So what we're going to do is we're going to hit C, and I'm only going to select the faces I want to share on that image. Oops, I'm going to go face mode, sorry. So C, I'm going to grab these faces here, like so. And I'm going to do the same thing over here. I'm going to just grab these faces like so. Alright, and then we're going to go, I have modeling set, so I have the UV down here. Now the next thing I want to do, up here I want to hit Control 1 again, so I'm from the back view. I want to make sure I add their UVs in correctly. So I want to go Material. And what we're going to do is we're going to come in here, we're actually going to call this window back decal underscore material, like so. UVs, UV map. We're going to add that secondary UV. So this is going to be our specular. So what I want to do is actually want to open up, and they're using Farming Simulator data shared. They're using the window specular, and to see that you simply just click on this guy here. It's window material. Under gloss map, it's just shared window specular. So I want to share that dirt map basically, or specular map I should say. Back to Blender. So now we should have a UV map, UV map 01. I'm going to go ahead and sync these faces so I can see them all. And before I get any further too, I need to do, let's go back to our layout. So if I hit Tab again to get into Edit, Tab back out, so I'm back into Object, I want to click on this guy alone, Tab, I want to hit P, and I'm going to separate by selection, like so. Tab again, we're going to go ahead and delete the old window. Tab, I'm going to hit P by selection, Tab again, I'm going to click, I'm going to delete that window, and we're going to simply hit F2, and then we're going to simply rename that window outside back decal. Hit enter. Okay, this guy, hit F2 again. Back decal. Hit enter. Alright, so now on our materials we should have, I got the windows back decal material there, and I want to make sure I match over here windows back decal there as well. So they're both sharing the same material. So in essence they should share the same UV as well. No, they did not. So each object has their own UV. Okay, so we need to make sure we add that UV to him, like so. Okay, so now we're good. We got window outside back, window outside, inside back. Okay, go back to our modeling view. So we don't want to mess with a specular. Make sure we're on both these guys are on the top UV, because I don't want to, if I get one down here and the other one up there, we're going to have a mess. So I want to make sure both these guys are on the top. And to make this less complicated, let's even go in here and go diffuse, spec. Click over here, diffuse, oops, diffuse, spec. Alright, so now we're still sharing the old spec file. They're both matching up. Back if I go tab, shift click, tab, if I hit all, you can see they're all the same. If I was only select this guy, I move around, whoops, come down here, I hit 0 and moving one set of the UVs, so I want to make sure we're matching. So spec wise, I don't want to mess with them anyway. I'll go back to diffuse, switch into diffuse as well. So there we go. Now I'm going to open up my decal that I'm going to use, and that is this pup with my name on it. Nothing special, not pretty, but it'll get the job done. Once again, we're going to select both these guys by clicking, and then hit shift click, I'm going to tab. Now I want to hit all to make sure all the faces selected on both of them. That way when I move one, I'm moving them both. I'm going to go ahead and hit G. I'm going to move them up here. We're simply going to hit S to scale, like so. I think we're going to be as close as we can to the edge of that grid. And hit scale Y, like so. Get to the top, G, Y, and we're going to move down, scale Y. So I think we're good. We're all covered. So now, if I tab out and I go to rendered and I come over to material under Windows back material and I select this as a image texture and we select Wily Pup, now we have our image showing up. Now the important thing I need to mention is if you go back to this mode and we go up to the overlay, we click here and we hit base orientation. We want to make sure that this is the outside back decal, this is the inside back decal, and you want to make sure that's red from the back, because on the front you want it to be blue. So when you get into Giants Editor, it's only going to show where that blue shows, if that makes any sense. So we can go ahead and turn it off. I want to show that because I did this once. And to fix that, if it was the wrong way, you would basically go up to your, you hit tab, you go mesh, and you would go to normals, and you would flip, and it would switch it the other way around, basically, if that makes any sense. So let's go back to this, and just to show that we're looking correct. Once again, that's the inside, that's the back, that's why it's red. And then BD mods will be spelled backwards. That was the other thing I wanted to show too. From the inside of the vehicle, the lettering shouldn't be BD mods that way. It should be the other way around. So we're good there. Only one other thing I want to do though is I want to tab, grab him, tab in, I'm going to hit all. I'm going to go back to layout mode. Then I'm going to go. I want to take this guy here. We want to go GY.001. Is that right? GY, yeah. So what I'm doing is I'm moving away from the window so it doesn't flicker on us. So once again, GY.001. So it's just moving it that way. And I'm going to take this guy, tab into him, and go GY, a negative 0.001. So basically it's taking it inside the window, this guy's going the other way. Did I do that the right way, hopefully? So that's the outside. I took him that way, and I took this guy that way. So, okay. So we're going to go ahead and go Control A, rotation and scale, Control A, rotation and scale. We're all set up with our materials, we're good there. Yeah, I've never done it, export it back out with the image on there, so this may be interesting. I might have screwed that up, which we can come back in and fix that. We're going to go ahead and go File, Save As. I want to go to my tractor, and we're going to call this Back Windows Decal. Enter. We're going to go ahead and go File, Export, Giant Size 3D. We're in the same thing, so we're going to hit Export and minimize that guy. And what we're going to do is we're going to open that right up, Back Windows Decal, like so. Alright, so yeah, it's telling me it can't find the DDS. That's why I don't usually export it that way, but we should be okay. I could actually just bring it in. So I got the window back decal material, window back decal material, so that's sharing. So we're going to go ahead and go to diffuse. Because these are sharing, as soon as I change one, it'll change the other as well. So you can see it grabbed them both. So everything I do, since they're sharing the same material, is going to affect the other. We're going to go gloss, come up here, and go shared. We're going to want window, oop, I don't want that, I want specular, I want window specular, like so. And go down to the normal. I just want default normal like so. So now when we look at this guy, like we were saying before, there's the outside back. In fact, let's take these guys to both 0 so there's not any confusion. 0, 0, that way when I zoom back around, so when I rotate around you can see the other side of it, like so. Now we're going to come down, we're going to go to the shader, we're going to add a shader. Once again we're going to go Data, Shaders, we're going to hit V for Vehicle, grab him, and then I think bottom is not really showing up the dirt for some reason, but so we're going to hit Decal. There we go, there's the dirt I was looking for. Couldn't get that to really show up before, but so that should share the Windows dirt is what I'm getting at basically. That was my goal. If I wanted to really show it, I would actually go if I go window, yeah, it doesn't like that. So if I was to go just a straight color mask, you can really see the dirt a little bit better, but actually I'd want to go second UV color mask. There we go. There's where the dirt would really show up, as you can see we're monotone. So after that, go back to decal, and you can see the dirt come across his chest. This should match up with the window. Should be in the word. We scroll around to this guy. Same thing. We have the dirt showing up there. Okay. So we have that set. We could set the clip distance up. It's not really a big deal, but I always try to do that. We just want to receive a shadow map. Receive shadow map. Clip distance 300. Make sure there's no rigid up there. That'd be bad too. So we'll go ahead and save this guy. Now I close him out. Import. I want to go back to our tractor. So over here, back window decal, and we don't get any errors saying that we were looking for something. That's a good start. Now, I should have to do, get rid of these old guys, like so. These are zeroed out, so by orientation, when I just paste them right on top of the windows, so I hit Control X, we have window inside back decal, so X, so inside back window, Control V. Can't see it from this view because we need to come into here And there you go. Now we actually have, and like I said, the writing is backwards like it should be. And the dirt should show up on it as well. So if we grab this guy here, Control X, window outside back, Control V, we're good. Now I'm getting that flickering I was concerned about. So I didn't move it far enough, so what I need to do is I need to go translate, I believe it's Z, Control Z. So I went the wrong way, I think, before is what happened. So I need to go 0.001, actually negative 0.001. So I might have went the wrong way in Blender. I didn't see it doing it on the inside, but that's why I moved it. And it seemed to have worked fine on the inside, so I don't know. Maybe I went the wrong way in Blender. We're not going to worry about it too much because we can actually move it this way, like I was saying. So, to I guess prove a little bit too that the dirt is actually doing something, we're going to hit Control C, Control V, or actually throw it into visuals, Control V like so. I'm going to grab this location, Control C, throw them here, Control V. I still didn't grab windows inside, so let's, yeah, it's going to get too complicated. I was going to make it invisible and visible again to show the difference, but we could see where it was changing a little bit. Outside back decal. So we make that visible. Yeah, you can kind of see the dirt popping in there. It's kind of hard. The problem is, like I said, if I come in here and go visible, it's just not going to really show up. It's going to delete the whole entire thing. But I guess I could grab this, Control C, Control V, grab that location, Shift Control C, Shift Control V, so it puts it in the same spot. Now hit visibility. Yeah, so we can see where the dirt, you can see down on the foot here, lines up perfectly, and that's what I was trying to do. So when I hit visibility, you can see it coming off of his foot right there. Bam. So cool, that did work. That's why I put it on the bottom there, so we could actually see that that dirt was doing what we wanted. So we can get rid of that. So that was the only issue I guess I ran into, is I didn't move that decal. And like I said, you didn't have to move it in Blender like I did. Just keep you from having to move it here. Like I said, all I did was basically just kind of less of extreme, move it away from that window so it wasn't flickering. Because like I said, if I put it back to 0, you're getting that nasty flickering. You can see right there where it's just flickering. And it'll really show up bad in the game. So yeah, just 0.001 is all it takes. Actually, the negative. There we go. So we'll go ahead and save this. Minimize. We'll go into the game. Been a little slow today. Too much editing, I guess. Alright, we'll go to the store, tractors and the large, grab this guy here, go ahead and buy them. There you go, kind of big and aggressive there, but we go to the inside, you can see it as well. So there you go. And if we want to even test the dirt, go to material. I have the easy controls to do this. I just crank the dirt up to 410, hit OK. And there we go, we have a dirty decal. And like I said, it matches up, because if I wouldn't have had that specular on there, it would cover that dirt up basically. In fact, I can show that. Go back to monitor view. That's the one way I could have showed this. Close this. If we come into that Windows decal and I actually go in and remove that gloss map, as you can see that dirt went away. So that would have been the easy way to show that, huh? So if I just hit Control Z, brings that map back in. So there you go. Shouldn't have taken as long as it did. It shouldn't have taken me 4 times to do this. I just kept forgetting some things, and I wanted to show the lettering. Like I said, I was showing a mirrored image basically, but not explaining if you had some lettering would affect it. Like I said, you wouldn't want BD mods going across that way, or it wouldn't be realistic, I guess. And like I said, matching your specular up, and sometimes you can do that on the vehicle as well. I showed that in another video, just doing a decal itself. But trying to share that original specular is a nice little detail effect because you're actually sharing that dirt. If you have a piece of dirt splat on there, you want it to actually show all the way down onto the new piece. So anyway guys, hope that helped. We'll see you next time.